Hi Collective, welcome to my channel, Cosmic Divine Seeker. Hi everyone. So this was a twin flame reading that I was doing. Okay, I'm like a little bit like discouraged because I've been like on this reading for, I don't know, good 30 minutes I guess, and I realized the time had just stopped. And what's interesting is I was actually talking about how time is but an illusion, and I was talking a lot about the twin flames, and I've been trying to figure out if like they didn't want me to explain the reality of the twin flames to me and how it works, because I feel as though a lot of people have it wrong, and I was getting into gray witches, and I feel that there's a lot of spiritualists that are high priestesses that are kind of new age, but they're not really aware that they're actually gray witches. They could think that they're just in the white witch, you know, working with beautiful light energy and no darkness, but some of them are dabbling in the darker side, right? Whenever you're creating things, tools, elixirs, oils, things like that, where you're trying to draw on money and wealth and things like that, to me that's dabbling in the darker side. So, but you know, that's why it's a gray witch. I mean, I get it, it's the beautiful intent and the energy and everything, but since you're playing, you know, on the gray side, that I feel as though when they get into being, you know, doing readings and things like that, they could be pulling too much on the darker side, the darker energy. That's why I'm 4/4, as I say that. I was feeling as though that with the twin flames and a lot of the readings out there, you have to be careful. You really have to trust what you feel, because a lot of them will label, or they'll talk about readings like, wow, you're dealing with a connection here where somebody is in competition with you, you're dealing with the warlock, or you're dealing with these energies, because they are picking up those energies surrounding them, right? They are. But they're not realizing that the energy that they are reading around you is a soulmate. And for some of them, they don't believe that your twin flame could ever be toxic or karmic. Well, I'm here to tell you that they very much can. And that every twin flame journey is probably at some point the twins have both been in a dark karmic energy, have been narcissistic, have been, you know, not in their light aspect in their energy, because true twins are the 144, are the chosen ones that came down into these damaged, destructive family lifestyles, right? We came into these broken homes. So you have to know that if we were born into these broken homes and were brought up through trauma and abuse and, you know, dealing with sexual trauma and things like that, we're not going to just all of a sudden be these beautiful angels. No, we're going to be dark workers, if not, you know, maybe going down destructive paths. And you do very much come into an alignment, or come into contact, I should say, with your twin, because when you reach these bottoming out moments where you hit the ground and you hit rock bottom, that's what I'm looking for. What brings you to your knees, right, makes you want to give up, that is when your twin will come in. And maybe it's just for a conversation or a couple days or a couple weeks. Normally it's short-lived the first time, right? It's like when your eyes meet too, like, to me, that's when the journey starts. And you know, they constantly pull, you know, it's what reminds you, like, to give you that energy, that pull up, that hand up. It's like you know, it's kind of like your way to be safeguarded and protected, because you will always have your twin connected to you, so you're never truly alone. Even if you're not in alignment, you're both going through this fight, and you both are going to have mirroring lifestyles and things like that. And it's like some of the times that your energy level could be really down. Hi, baby. Okay. All right, guys, sorry about that. I keep having so many distractions. Like, you know, it must be when you're really on point and they don't want me to get this message out, where I think I was talking about where your twin, well, a lot of times you'll be feeling your twin's energy. So if your twin's like really down and out, and those could be times that you have intense feelings come across. Like, I don't know why I'm so depressed, I have no energy today. And then you get that energy like, you know what? I need to go do something. I need to do something that's going to make me happy or relaxed or calm myself down. Those are times that you're giving your twin energy when you don't even realize it. And vice versa, you pull on each other. Because when I was starting to do this reading too, I was starting to feel this overwhelming panic energy, right? And I was having to calm myself down and breathe. So I'm realizing I very much could have been feeling my twins' energy, right? Because I was talking about how these twin flame journeys that you're always going to have to work at it. So be careful, because when you hear these spiritualists say that, oh, once you come into union with your twin and all of that everything's perfect, you're finally coming into union, you're going to be happily ever after. No, I really don't think it works that way. No, it doesn't. Because your twin, you're constantly going to have to work to keep the relationship stabilized. I was saying, like magnets. Like, people explain that the twin flame journey, like, yeah, once you clear out all of your stuff and you come into alignment, you attract each other like magnets. Well, you do, but it's not like this. You literally attract each other, and then the energy is so intense, you still stay like this. Because you're constantly going to mirror each other, and you're constantly going to do things. It's like if you get into an argument or a fight and you're like, I'm not talking to you. Well, they're going to do the exact same thing. And until one of you decides that, okay, it's time to talk. And if you're stubborn and have any of those stubborn aspects of your chart, you can be a while before you talk or whatever. But once one of you starts to feel a certain way than the other, then you can come back and you can get back to that energy. But it's like you will constantly feel that competition energy, right? Because it's like when one of you wants something, then the other one does, and then you have to remind yourself, wow, they want this because I want this. It's not because they're envious. It's not because they're in competition with me. Do you see what I mean? But you constantly have to remind yourself, like, that's right, they want this because, they're my twin. They want this because I want this. So I get something, they got to get something. So you constantly have to be sharing and, and especially like giving each other that, how do you guys have a hair in my mouth? You constantly have to give each other that, hold on. It's like all this stuff trying to stop me, like from talking and like, ugh. Anyways, see, they just trying to stop me. Okay. It's interesting. I've been having like hairs like tying my cards up, all sorts of stuff trying to stop me, whatever. Like I'm flipping my card. The enemy don't want me to give this message. No, it doesn't. Anyway, but see, the readings will come across like oh, you're dealing with the karmic and all of that, to have you feel that way, to have you get away from your twin, right? So anyway, but there will always be these divinely guided separations, because there needs to be times that you get a reset, that you have a break, and you like remember what you're fighting for, and two, and it's like, and then for some of you, depending on the amount of trauma that you have to go through, some twins can never fully come out of it. They decide it's too painful, it's too much, and that's why sometimes, being these connections, they can be so intense, and then you feel so vulnerable and you love so much that then you go back to what because you don't really ever, some of us never even grew up seeing what real love was like, what a healthy relationship was like. It's like for me, for the longest time, like I would cause chaos because I didn't know how to act if everything was fine. If things were fine and beautiful, I didn't know how to act, so I would create some things to get attention. It's one of those, like, if you don't feel as though you're getting enough attention, you may go do something to get attention. Or some may do this energy like, well, I'm going to walk away and see if you chase me. And all of these games and stuff, because it's really you're afraid. And then if drugs and alcohol are involved, then sometimes the devil can get in there, which where the devil comes straight out in the reading and cause temptations. And then sometimes people get scared and then they go and cheat and do things like that because they're like, you know what, I got to do something to destroy this before you destroy me, or I need to have a backup plan, or you're too much in your ego. And that's what I mean with these twin flame connections. Is why they're so beautiful, that when we can come to forgiveness and then still come back together because we have that unconditional love, that love for each other like no other, right? And it's like you will have the most patience with your twin, right? And so for some of you, these things can be so destructive that just you decide you don't want to forgive, and you're not going to get punished for that. And that's why you have other soulmates. But these higher vibrational soulmates, these higher timelines, are meant to come in for a higher level advancement. For the longest time, I used to think, like, how could I leave my twin behind, knowing it's my twin? And to me, it was like not carrying out the mission. But I'm starting to realize that if divine offers you a higher vibrational soulmate, is kind of like a rescue, is kind of like a place for you to reach homeostasis, for you to be able to calm down. It's moving forward with the mission, just without your twin. You're carrying out the mission. And sometimes by you doing that, that's going to then trigger your twin to do the healing, and you could always come back together later on and things like that. So be open to it. And that's what I feel like is going on here. Now, time is non-linear. I was talking a lot about that. It's interesting how I say that, and then the clock froze, right? But see, look at this card. I've got 3 cards here, and that came out in a row, and she's all touching her heart. Do you see that? Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, Nine of Cups, and she's touching her heart in each of them. That's what I'm getting, like somebody really is like wanting to go after their heart's desire. Their passions, they want to feel true love. To me, they're dealing with the situation where somebody is still dealing with toxicities, maybe addictions, dealing with devil energy. Here with the King of Wands, and to the Devil, to the Ten of Cups, which is interesting because, you know, the Two of Cups is right underneath there, and this is coming up in the recent past position. So that's why I feel like you're already in alignment with your twin. You're mirroring each other, right? But there's this energy of somebody is like longing for more. For some of you, you may have wanted to advance this this relationship further, but somebody's just not ready. So that's why it's like there's out of an alignment. And I don't know if I wanted to explain that. This reading is the reading that my camera froze on me, right? So I just seen 12:11 on the clock. So that's why I'm just kind of trying to go back into it, because I felt that the enemy really wanted me to stop this too, because it's like they want to keep you hung up in this relationship, right? They want you to stay here and be out of alignment and have all of this destruction. See, and a lot of readers will be like, their interpretation of it is that, you know, oh, this is a karmic situation, to either amp that up and say like, oh, this is somebody that's in competition, you know, to steal your power and all of that and get you mad and want to separate. Or it's this energy where it's just like the way that it's projected is it's like, it's to try to get you out of it. It's like either way, even if you stay in this, but you battle, you are battling the devil. You are doing part of the mission work. But it's like the reward to go to that's even further. This is how ultimately you're going to pull your twin out of it. So that's even more so why they don't want this to come out. So it is okay to be in these situations. You don't realize how much of the mission that you're serving by dealing with this constant back and forth, push and pull, forgiving, and all of that. That's why you get a lot of the runner chaser dynamic. But when these new age spiritualists tell you that your twin will never be karmic to you, will never be narcissistic, will never, you ain't on the twin flame journey. Okay, you don't understand it. And see, to me, the ones that do are the 144, are the chosen ones. And you already know that's what my platform is for. So if you come in alignment with this, then you're truly on the Twin Flame Collective. Because I've already put the intent out there that straight up narcissistics and demonized people that are not on the journey, that will not find my channel. That that's what it's not meant for. It is meant for the chosen, the light workers, the star seeds, the earth angels. And those are the true twins, are the 144. And that's why we have this constant protection right? That's why things, you know, there will always be somebody there for you. When you pull away, somebody else is going to come at you. You are protected. You will have things available to you. You have resources, you have help and things like that, right? But you find them through love. So don't turn too dark. Be very careful about the guidance. Always trust what you feel. Know that you dealing with these situations when others are like, how could you forgive them? They cheated on you. They did this, they did that. And I'm not saying that's okay. And then, like I said, for some of you, you know, those divinely guided separations. And sometimes, you know, you then maybe need to go off and go with another soulmate to show them. But that's what I mean. That's why you might not be able to forget them, let them go, come back together. And others may be, wow, they cheated on you, they were abusive, they were all of this, all of that. And you're gonna go, don't listen to people. Nobody truly knows. And especially the twin flames, we come into the most damaged lifestyles, right? And if we grew up being sexually assaulted and abused and all of that, you don't think there's going to be anger and there's going to be fits and there's going to be rages and things like that to work through, and, you know, mental illnesses and things like that have to be healed. But every mental illness can be healed through love, really can. And you got to forgive and you got to let go of these things. So I felt very empowered to explain that because, yeah, there's a lot of corrupted stuff out there on the twin flame. And sometimes it's not meant for you to know, because for some of you, it's like if you knew, you'll get revealed to you who your true twin is at a time when you know that it's not really going to matter. When you really want to find out who your true twin is, it's really going to be at a point when you realize it doesn't matter to you, because you love yourself so much that you're going to do what's best for you regardless of the person. You will leave your twin behind, see what I mean, if need be, because ultimately that's how you save each other. And sometimes you got to have that self-love and you got to pull yourself out, because sometimes it's just it's too much. They're not going to see otherwise, especially if they're dealing with the toxicity, dealing with an addiction and things like that. Sometimes you can't stay in that. Sometimes they've got to feel the pull of you not being there, right? And that's what I mean. Like sometimes you got to protect yourself, because yes, if they're surrounding themselves by demons, they're surrounding you to demons too. So you're going to constantly be under attack if they're letting the devil in their life, right? So that's what I feel is a big influence here of what's going on, and that somebody's realizing that it's time to go, right? This Two of Pentacles, it's like a Cinderella story. It really is, right? She's the carriage there, the full moon, the steps. She's holding 2 clocks. I'm getting that this is a time of timeline. It's like a new timeline is here. You're headed towards the light. So somebody is ultimately being rescued. Somebody has put in a lot of work, okay? And they're being rescued. Light's opening up to free somebody that wants to continue forward with the journey, right? You're going to be getting the clarity, the truth, the communication. You could be getting this realization from within. So some of you could literally be, because we're under this full moon energy in Cancer season, some of you could literally be getting the realization, getting third eye activations, getting internal realizations like, oh my gosh, finding out who your true twin is, who your true mission is, what's really important to you. You could be getting a beautiful new opportunities, new things could be opening up for you. You could be all of a sudden like unlocking new perspectives. Like, wow, I never looked at this opportunity before. I didn't realize that this was an option. So a lot of those beautiful things are coming in. For some of you, something from the past could be coming in, because I had the 6 of Cups come out, right? So a lot of you could be realizing that very much you've already came into contact with your divine, all right? That's why you'll hear too when some of them say like, you've never even met your twin before. And that never fit to me, because I was like, no, you constantly are going to like, I guess because I went on with like my journey, you know, and it's like, even though I didn't know who, I had a couple, right? But it was like, when I finally figured it out, I was like, who was like always like coming around or being there at times that I was falling apart? And that's when I realized, oh my gosh, And it's often who you wouldn't think it is. It's often somebody you've overlooked, or somebody that you've said like, no, they're not for me because of this. Because there's often age differences, or there's things that people aren't going to like about it. And often too, the people that are all against it. When I finally realized, why is everybody constantly attacking me and care so much about who I'm with this person? Why is it driving up? Because it's irritating all the demons within people, right? So really, that's a big sign too. You're really going to have to battle to be with this person, because it's all about that unconditional love. My hair is such a mess. Oh my God. But it's really about that, finding that love from within, right? And knowing that that's what matters the most. So, yeah. But you got to love yourself. That, that's what I mean. The devil is here surrounded by the King of Wands. So, like, this is someone too, like your twin could have there could be a lot of passion, right? But it could be lustful too. It could be they love you so much, but they're running off lower blocked chakras. So they're only able to love you sexually, and that's why there could be insane chemistry and passion, but you don't feel as though they love you on a heart space. And this is somebody that's going to get a high-level soulmate. And a high-level soulmate is often a past lover too. So for some of you, this is coming in for you to go, it's time for you to get some sexual healing and for you to feel this love. And you know what? Maybe why you go do this, maybe they can get rid of the devil and then they can come back around. But this is here. But see, you need to know by choosing this at this time, that's how you're choosing self-love, and you are doing part of the journey. Sometimes you need to, your heart desires more at this time, my dear. So by you choosing you're doing more of the mission. And you know how much harder it is too when you know that this is your twin, but because you love them so much that you got to go. So... all right, guys, I don't know how this went together. Hopefully it went together beautifully, because I had to redo it. And I know I didn't get into all the cards, but I'm just aggravated at... Oh, one more thing I wanted to say was that... so when I was laying the spread down, I was shuffling, I was pulling the cards, I was feeling intense energy. That's also why I don't want to do it again. I was feeling like I couldn't breathe. Like something was taking my breath away. And I was like, is it taking my breath away because of panic, paranoia? Like when you find out someone's like cheating on you or whatever, like that type of feeling, right? I'm like, is that, or is it, it was also like shocking and intriguing. And I finally realized what I was feeling is that there's a love offer coming with this Knight of Cups to the Nine of Cups to the Ace of Cups. And the way that she's looking, right? And remember how I said the Cinderella, the Two of Pentacles, like the Cinderella, like it's time to go. What it is when this love offer comes in, it's going to take your breath away, and you're going to know that it's your time to go. You're going to know that it's basically time for this choice of, am I going? And like I said, for a lot of you, it's like, oh God, like here it is. Here's my new lover. So you're like, but it's also that feeling like your new lover is here, but it's also, that you have to now cause some heartbreak for your twin, because you know that your new lover is here. So that's what I mean. And that's why in my readings for the past week or two, I've been getting like the Five of Cups with the Three of Cups. And I'm like, what is this? Like, when do you see celebration with the breakup? Because, yeah, I get it. Like, sometimes you get out of something so toxic, you want to celebrate, but you still see the Three of Swords, right? So I'm like, what is this? I get it now. I get it. So that was the reading that I had for the twins at this time. Remember, time is very much non-linear, okay? It's a construct. They want you to think it's constantly moving. Ugh, there's so much. I could do a whole reading on time and how it's just an illusion, right? Okay. So anyway, I'm going to leave this reading here for the twin flame journey for the energies. Like I said, I always put timestamps or tell you, like I'm talking about the Cancer full moon. I'm talking about the 7-7 portal that's leading us into Lionsgate, which is such a powerful time of alignment and awakening and advancement. But it's timeless reading. That's what I mean. Like, you're going to come in alignment with this reading when Source wanted you to see it, so you could come in alignment anytime. That's what I mean. This is playing out for you in real time when you find it. All right, guys. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you have not. Thank you so much. I just seen 2444. Thank you so much for all of my new subscribers. Whenever I call out numbers like that, they're universal angel numbers. So you can look up universal number, angel number, look them up, the synchronicities. You'll find more messages and alignment to them. And like I said, it might not be for all of you, but normally if you're starting to investigate it, it's for you. So yeah, I love all my new subscribers. You guys are helping my new channel grow. Thank you so much. If you're interested in my second channel, I do have it linked below in the description box, and I got like over 1,200 videos, like literally, because I've been, putting my whole journey and enlightenment and awakening and all of that is and for a while I was going to delete a lot of the content, but I've been finding through some other readers too, sometimes like when I find a video, they'll put together a playlist and grab videos, and sometimes with readers, like they'll pull videos for me like 9 months ago that they had done, and they're in alignment exactly at the right moment. And then sometimes it'll be a series and it'll skip around, and I know that my divine team works a lot with me, and they know that I tell them to guide me to readings all the time, and they do. So when I see that readings that almost a year ago, sometimes they're over a year too, I'm like, wow, it was playing out for them at this time, and now it's playing out for me now. So don't pay it. And sometimes the reading that'll be playing out for me exactly at this moment, like sometimes it could be labeled like a Sagittarius reading, right? And I don't have any Sagittarius placements or connecting with the Sagittarius. So why are they showing me this? Divine knows how to guide things to you. And it's also, you got to leave it to attraction. You don't realize how we magnetize ourselves, and we really do, especially when we're attuned to things, attract to us what we need and desire at the moment. So when you're really in this energy of receiving and allowing and being fluid, more and more things come to you. And that's the place that I've been at for a very long time, where I allow things to come to me, right? And the more you allow, the more the universe brings to you. So that's what I'm saying from my own personal experience, realizing things that, so a lot of times I don't even look at even the titles or descriptions when like readings are brought to me that I know that are for me. Like I just listen to them and I'm like, oh my gosh, that exactly answers what I was questioning or whatever. So don't get tied up on the labels, on the timestamps. Don't say, oh, well, I don't have any of these placements, so why is this reading auto playing for me? Why is this in my suggested pop-up? Like, go with it. The universe really is magical, right? Especially when you start to realize the magic of the universe and you're intrigued by it. They intrigue you more and more and more. They truly do. So, all right, guys. Love and light to all of you. Bye.